First of all, our final recap of the year, which is crazy. And I really love that our final recap of the year is recapping the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
The best. Only the
The
best.
best. So this was episode 15, which was Opas and Outbursts. And like we always do, we're going to give a rating and then jump right into our thoughts. So actually,
The
I'm going to go
penultimate
the
episode. I'm so sad
penultimate.
I'm sad it's gonna be over.
I
I mean,
know.
are we sad that it's over? But we would be sadder if it never happened.
Or yeah, there's that saying like, don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. So we're
Smile
smiling.
because it happened.
So
I
we're
think that's a song too.
I have no
If not,
idea.
sorry for singing.
It's hey, happy new year. So you know what? In that vein, this is going to be the final tab pool of 2025, and then I'll start again in a few days in 2026. Isn't that funny? Time is so arbitrary. It's like this huge thing. LOL, I did it over there instead of the microphone. It's fine.
I still heard it very much.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's so funny how we're like, oh my gosh, we're gonna be so different in the new year. It's literally like just like wake up tomorrow and it's
But
the
it's
same thing.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's tomorrow. I'll probably be in these same pajamas, to be totally honest with you. Like, I'm not doing much these days.
Well, you're doing a lot with Taste of Reality. So
Aww.
what did you rate this episode?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm giving it a 5 stars. It was a perfect episode. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love this show.
Same, same.
And you know what? It was perfect for me. I loved it. How about you?
You know what? I'm gonna give it a 5 star too. I was sitting here trying to think like, what would I actually give? No, Imani, go with your gut. It's 5 star. It's five
Like,
star.
what are we going to start looking for things wrong? Because,
Yes,
like,
I
that's not
was.
fun.
It's
Yeah.
not
No,
fun.
we're going to enjoy how good it was.
It was so good.
I feel
So
like the dress thing was something that finally, because the groups are always, we go on vacation, there's the active group and then
yeah,
the group that just kind of, the two different groups. And this got everybody together. Everybody was invested.
I loved that dress in the thing. I know that's like a popular thing people do when they go to Greece, and I want to do it so bad. First of all, I just think Greece is stunning. I love how it's like the Caspian Blue Sea. I don't know if Caspian's Greek, but I don't know if it's there, but I'm using the word. It sounds Greek. Um, the Caspian Sea, stunning blue opalescent waters, juxtaposed against the white buildings and the colorful doors, juxtaposed against the stunning bright green, or the stunning green, Freudian slip for me, stunning bright dresses in the wind. A visual dream.
I mean, honestly, cinematic,
Yeah.
gorgeous. It was giving museum. It
Yeah.
was giving theater. It was art,
I
true
did make
art.
I did make note that of course Lisa Barlow yet again can't fully lean into a activity or a bit
And it's a
because
nice dress.
it is. I could understand if she had them in freaking like clown outfits, but like that was a stunning gown on all of them. And so for Lisa to be like, I don't understand why we always have to do an activity and I can't just show up as I am. Lisa,
Okay. Yes. Yes. Who was it? Was it on Dallas? Was it the lady who had the dress that could be worn a million different
yep, Leanne
ways?
Locken.
Leanne Locken. Like, why did I feel like that dress? I was like, that kind of feels like one of those dresses that they're all like very similar.
100%.
And I feel that that could have been made from that kind of style. And I'm honestly obsessed with it. I love the colors. I love the cut. I
Yeah.
loved how Grecian it looked. I
Yeah.
mean, I would have leaned into a more, well, I don't know. Bright blue and white are the colors. It was very bright. You know what? I'm going for it. Opa,
A
opa.
hundred percent.
It was perfection. I have to say though, we're gonna talk, and I just happened to look down at my notes, and we'll get to this.
Are
You
you
know what?
moving on from the dress comment?
I was gonna say something about the dresses, but I think it'll fit in better later. So,
Okay.
was there anything else on the dresses that you wanted to discuss?
Yes, really quick before we move on. I posted like a meme to our Instagram saying we were so happy they're back. I didn't even see this. I did not clock this until one of our followers did. Look at in this photo. Do you notice how Meredith and Lisa are separate from the group?
Yeah,
That is crazy.
yeah.
Something was really weird on my computer just now. Sorry about that, guys, if that was weird. But can you just see how far apart they're standing?
It
That is
really is
such
telling.
indicative. Like, I don't even think that's intentional. I think that they were just posing, and Lisa and Meredith are on the complete other side. Wow. Body,
Yeah.
sometimes your body and like the things you don't say tell more than the things you do.
That's the thing. And you know what? If you were to go back and watch the episode, I bet you would notice that. Ever since we made that note on the episode a few weeks ago, saying that when we were inside watching the Watch What Happens live
At
at
BravoCon.
BravoCon, the ladies were at one table. They were isolated. Those two were marooned. Lisa, Meredith at a different table, y'all.
It's just like when I saw that comment, because I didn't notice it in the moment, when I saw that comment, I thought back to Ashley's comment about noticing that Lisa and Meredith were not sitting with the Salt Lake City ladies at BravoCon during one of the Watch What Happens lives. And I was like, whoa, yeah, there is a clear divide. Literally and figuratively.
Right. Yeah, no, 100%. Before, real fast, can you believe Angie hurt herself again at the top of
Oh
the
my
episode?
gosh, her and Vicky
Literally,
Gunvalson, my goodness.
I was going to say the same thing. I'm like literally worried for her on vacation. Like, ladies, on the Salt Lake City cast, if this gets to anybody, can we please make sure to have like an extra first aid pack? We know we're going to need something. Like, have an ice pack ready at all times. Watch out for your girl. She needs it.
She needs it. No, I make noted it. I made a comment about that too. I was like, "Oh, MG, Angie, you need to be in a bubble wrap of some sort." Her and Vicky Gunvalson, imagine them. Okay, so there's rumblings of a Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, road trip version, and I don't know 100% who's casted for that, but it needs to be Vicky and Angie. The road trip would be to the hospital. That is what it is. Visiting all the hospitals in the continental US.
Oh, that is so funny. Yeah, no, I really, both of them really do. Bubble wrap, like literal bubble wrap. We'll duct tape bubble wrap to you. You'll look like the Michelin man, but it's for your own good.
But honestly, honorable mention to Meredith Marks. I feel like there's always something going on with her too.
I remember last season, I was legitimately worried about her health, like while she was on a boat, because as soon as she got off the boat, she seemed fine. Like, as a Dramamine girl, I'm sure you can really, really clock those
You
things
know,
too.
that is probably my dream partnership is with Dramamine. It just makes sense. I can sell that thing like I'm selling a glass of water, like I'm Stacey Rush.
I was about to say, because Stacey Rush sold water to me and I live in a desert. She literally sold water to a woman in the desert.
Exactly. So like Dramamine, if anyone listening to this, it would really take zero effort on your end. I will
Dude,
sell the
she's
product.
literally the poster girl of
It is
it.
inside of me.
I feel like that in Chipotle. Like, I feel like those are two really big, like,
If I may, then we'll move back on to the subject at hand. The fact that Chipotle and Bays were not in our inbox is actually diabolical because
diabolical.
I quite literally, you guys, when I worked traditional 9 to 5 job, I went to Chipotle every Friday. Now I go more. But I went to Chipotle every Friday and I only have Bays luggage. So the fact that, and I put Bays on to a lot of my family members. So the fact that
And me and my sister.
thank you. So the fact that I was not included in that is such a huge travesty on all parts. I'm just saying.
So I'm gonna say, okay, tying it back to Salt Lake City, at one point they were like, okay, I'm the Greek goddess of this. Meredith
Ooh,
said the
yeah.
sea. Heather said I'm the Greek goddess of feta, which fair. I mean, it does stink when you open it, but who cares? It's friggin' delicious. And no lactose. No
Oh.
lactose for us lactose intolerant girlies. We love the feta. So you would be goddess of Chipotle, goddess of
And I'll wear that. And I'll wear that.
space, which I'm hoping to get there too. I don't need to be the goddess, but I'll be a subject. And I love that for you.
What are you the goddess of?
I'm the goddess of Trader Joe's, but I call myself a
Okay.
Trader Ho. Like, I feel like I already have a name. Like, my sister and I were Trader Hoes. We're hoes for Trader Joe's.
Really quick, speaking of Trader Joe's, I gave my grandma that package at BravoCon. You had like, first of all, Ashley brought a ton of Trader Joe's snacks. It honestly lasted quite a while in my closet, my pantry. I brought them all home because I don't have a Trader Joe's near me. But anyways,
And it's the
it's
best.
the best. I gave my grandma the, I think it was like brown sugar, almonds, or whatever. She crushed those. She loved them. So I'm like,
That makes
I'm
me so
obsessed.
happy. I love
Yes.
that you were happy, but the fact that it made your grandmother
Yes.
happy takes me to a different level. My sweetie Monty, I love that so much. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing that with me.
Okay, sorry guys. We'll go
Oh,
back to the schedule.
okay. So the Greek goddesses of getting off track. So half of the ladies went to the spa. Half of them went to eat. And again, there was the divide. It was bigger groups, so it wasn't
Who
as
would you
obvious.
which would you have done?
I mean, I'm always at the spa. I'm always at
I'm
the
gonna go to the
spa.
spa. Sorry.
I can eat later and they'll have snacks.
Well, you need to tell your story. Okay, so I was so offended at the spa for two things. Number one, if Brittany splashed me at the spa, first of all, have some decorum, have some couth. That
Oh,
was like,
so rude. How do you
like,
do that? Her like going in, first of all, that noise you made was adorable and like honestly very
I
Mariah-esque.
feel like I literally just scared your dog. He moved immediately.
Poor Bowie.
Hi, Bowie.
Bowie, we love you. We're sorry. He's the good one, and he's like, no, girl, no.
Yeah, he's like,
Sorry,
absolutely not.
sorry, girl. Dogs don't lie, and I apologize on
No,
his
a
behalf.
million percent. I
But
needed
like
that.
Brittany was wrong. First of all, you don't go to the spa and make that kind of noise. What are you? Emily Simpson with a sub sandwich?
Yeah, I was like, I'm so offended by this. And someone who does not get their hair wet, unless I intend to get my hair wet, that would have sent me into oblivion. I'm sorry, you know, hair is my boundary.
Well, and that was intended. She did that on purpose. She thought it
Yes,
was cute. Not only did she do it on purpose, she thought it was cute.
exactly. And to Heather's point in her confessional, here goes Brittany being Brittany. There's a time and place for everything. And I received Brittany's like, you guys, we're on a girls trip. Fine. But like, we're not at the Carnival Cruise. We're at a
Right.
spa.
And if your hair's already wet, it's one thing. Like if everybody's been
Exactly.
underwater, it's one thing. Rules change. If we are all intentionally from here up, not
Everyone's
wet, you
hair is
crossed a
like up
boundary.
in a bun.
I know this, and I respect you as a black woman. As a
Thank
white woman,
you.
that's a boundary. As a black woman, it's not the same.
I would have like actually come out of character in that
Right.
moment. I'm sorry, that hair is such a boundary for me. And if we're
No,
at a
that's
spa,
fair.
we're not at Blizzard Beach or a water park. We are at a spa. Have some
Thank you.
decorum, Brittany.
Thank you. Thank you. And I am shading whoever. I was just at the spa with my girlfriend and missing you, Imani, and somebody in the salt grotto opened up a bag of chips and ate the chips in the salt grotto. I'm still not over it.
No, I kind of would have been a Karen. Sorry. I'd have been like,
I really, really struggle sometimes to not be the stereotypical middle-aged white woman, even though sometimes it's justified because as a consumer, as a person paying for something, like
Ashley, that ruins
there's
the
like a
experience.
I know. I
It
know.
ruins it. It ruins the
I know.
experience. And I'd have been like, garçon, in there.
Garcon means boy. Sorry, that's a line from Pulp Fiction. If you guys know Pulp Fiction, you guys knew that. Otherwise, like that was random.
I'm screaming. No, but I was like, what is going on? And that segues over to them being so loud with their ASMR.
First
Yes.
of all, that ASMR was the most brilliant thing ever, or the not ASMR.
Yeah.
Like the intended ASMR that did not end up being ASMR because poor Ileana
Oh my
had to
God.
keep on going. Justice for Ileana, who's just trying to do her damn
Trying to
job.
do her job.
She goes in and she's like, quiet, please, the other guests. And girl, I mean, they're at the spa. These women cannot control themselves. I had to think though, because Ileana reminded me of the Iliad, which is a poem by Homer, which mind you, I
Yes.
haven't read in 20 years since my undergrad.
I've
With
not
that
read it since
said,
high school, so you're good.
okay. I do remember about the Iliad, which makes me think Ileana, Iliad, probably, same root word.
Correct.
It's at the end of the Trojan War, like the last moments of the Trojan War. This is the last moments of the Salt Lake City episode. Don't tell me Salt Lake City is not art. This
It
is
is.
art. Don't tell me when they were putting this together, don't tell me they weren't thinking of the Iliad.
I don't know. That's a great question. Sound off, Salt Lake City cast. Were you thinking of the Odyssey? It was just like the fact that they're arguing. Well, I understand why they're arguing about Angie's hair. I would have not been okay. But I was just cracking up. Why did you get her hair wet?
I know, and I felt really bad for the spa because Angie started talking crap about the water. She's like, now it's really crusty. So what's going on with the Greek water at the spa, at the Elixir, whatever spa
Yeah.
in Greece?
Are
Are we gonna do an ISMR episode? Because that
I'm
was kind of hard on my voice.
No, we're not. But I was cracking up. I put on Threads. I was like, if they don't have a segment of the reunion in Whisper, missed opportunity.
No, 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 no. That was honestly brilliant. Watching them fight in ASMR over hair. And May,
It's
the
not synthetic.
podcast,
It's real hair.
my God, speaking of, dear God, dear Lord in heaven, please never let the segment of me questioning whether or not Lisa Barlow and Angie Katsaneva's had real human hair ever meet their ears.
Oh my gosh.
Amen.
You would end their, they would simply pass away.
Amen. No, I would literally just need to like go, like literally dig myself a hole in my backyard, get my dogs to like kick it, and I would just bury myself because I would deserve to die. Dear God, don't ever let that sound clip meet their
I'm
ears.
screaming.
Amen.
I'm screaming. No, I genuinely think all Angie's hair is all Angie's.
It is. When
Yeah.
she explained it, I was like, she does so much.
And
Mind
she-
you, I'm a
and she had
girl
a
who
wound.
uses one product and I leave the house. I don't do anything. I had no idea people do that much. I mean,
Well,
bless
to be-
her. I don't have that commitment to anything.
As Brittany
so-
would say, she is the hair expert.
And she
So-
is, and I respect that. I respect that. I am not a girl who's shading her for putting that much effort in.
No, not at all. If I
No,
had,
I don't want to come like I don't want to come off just like, oh, I'm so carefree. That doesn't mean that you can't do you. That's your thing, and clearly
We're also not on
you're
TV.
doing it well.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I Angie's hair is beautiful. She does.
It was too perfect. There's no
I don't-
split ends.
I don't have the dexterity or, quite honestly, the upper body strength to blow out my hair every day. So therefore,
Her body strength.
I just don't have
Her
it. I
body
don't have
strength.
it. When I've straightened my hair, Ashley, it is a
No.
Olympic sport. Washing my hair, sitting down, blow drying my hair, then straightening my hair. It's a lot, and I don't have the upper body strength for it, and I know thyself.
Dude,
So
upper body strength is so hard to come by.
it is.
It's so hard. Why is it so hard? Like, we need to walk around on our hands to do something because we are so imbalanced.
No, for sure. And so in that context, I get why Lisa has a glam squad, because the thought of me doing my hair, which is why they freaked out. I'm not doing this every day. So the thought of like blowing out my hair, and Angie's hair is long, is just exasperating.
Yep.
But speaking of spa, and Meredith was there, the 180 that she had from the day before to the spa was crazy. What do you make of that?
I mean, it was dramatic.
And I get like needing to like power through for sure, but like that was like, she was pleasant.
I am going to say something that I notice in myself. I am not a doctor. I've never met Meredith Marks in my
We don't
life.
play one on TV either.
I'm not playing one on TV. This is something about me. I am a girly who uses antidepressants. And if I don't have my dosage
Guilty.
I know, if I don't have my antidepressants, after a while, like the term lose your mind, like I can kind of personification of that. Like I literally lose my mind.
Okay.
I know that as soon as I get my meds back in me, there's like a switch.
Do you
And
think she
that's-
just wasn't taking it on Mother's Day?
I don't know. Maybe she like ran. I mean, I'm not projecting anything onto Meredith
Sure.
because I don't want to pretend like I'm diagnosing her or saying
Well,
anything
to be
about
fair,
her mental health.
it was the topic
In
of the episode.
Right. In the topic of the episode and just how I can, sorry to make it about me, but like how I
Okay,
was
Brittany.
like, I know, but just like watching the episode and I was like, I know when I don't take my antidepressants, that's one way that I act where
Okay.
it's irrational. I can't apologize for things that are obviously things that I just need to own and move on from. And then I'm okay. And then all of a sudden it's like magically okay. And I was like, I wonder if there's something like that
Yeah.
going on. It's international travel. You know me, I'm a stressed commuter. I do not do well getting from point A to point B. So the idea of me forgetting my antidepressants at my house or having it in a piece of luggage that is not with me after a couple days when I start to lose it, those are the things that make me crazy. And just on these shows, that's something every time I watch them travel, I'm like, but does everybody have their medication? But does everybody have a clean change of underwear? Because that's for my own mental health too.
No, that's a really good point. Yeah. I mean, this episode was so Meredith centric, and during the season finale, we're going to see Meredith address it head on this time.
Right.
It's I feel like, so there were a few things floated in this episode. Going back to the split, with Bronwyn, Mary, and Whitney, they were talking about Meredith. And I think the difference is Mary actually has care and concern for Meredith. And I
Mm-hmm.
think her wondering, like, what's going on. And then I didn't even clock this until Mary was saying it. She's in this with Robert Jr. And for her to notice the parallels and for her to get so emotional, she's like, I don't want my friend to go through what my brother or my son is going through. I love them
Mm-hmm.
both. This is very difficult for me to watch and happen in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So, but then it's like, are we putting that on Meredith? Like, I don't, it's a difficult line to walk because we shouldn't put those
Right.
labels on people like Whitney was
Right.
doing to Meredith. But
Well, and I was so glad that Whitney apologized because
Sam,
she needed to.
yeah,
She said she was wrong. She knows she was wrong.
right.
And she really should. If anybody should have known better, it's her. But the fact that the Mary's the one saying it, there's nothing salacious, there's no gossipiness,
Exactly,
there
exactly.
is no element of anything nefarious going with this conversation coming out of Mary's mouth.
Yeah.
That if it was any of the other women, we could be like, oh, but we can make it to where like Heather did something or Brittany or whoever. Like we could figure out reasons. There's no reason with Mary Cosby. There's no reason.
Well, and you clearly see that that was genuine. I think when Whitney put it on the table about, I think you have substance abuse issues or whatever it was that she was claiming, it didn't hit Meredith well because
It
historically
was
speaking,
retaliatory.
it was. So she's obviously not going to receive that when you're throwing these labels and you know that's a huge boundary for her. But Mary was genuinely expressing concern, and I think that's the difference. Now, I pray in the next episode they don't bring that back to Meredith saying like Mary was talking about you and your da-da-da. Absolutely not. That was not the dynamic. She was expressing genuine concern for someone she has been close friends with, and she
Hmm.
is in the throes of this, in the thick of it with Robert Jr. That is probably extremely triggering for her.
And think about it. She's literally living in a house with Robert Jr. to go to live in a house with somebody else and see the literal same thing happen. It's cut and paste.
Exactly.
That's
So
tough.
it's tough. So that was one segment that was put out there about the substance abuse alleged. The other thing was a bone that Bronwyn brought from Todd. Todd said that he was out and he saw Seth with another woman. And so that was a question. Is she acting so erratic, let's say, because something's going on in her marriage? That has always been something she's been very sensitive about, but who wouldn't be when people are questioning the validity of your marriage on television? I get the immediate, want to defend it. But is there something there with Seth that is causing her to have these reactions?
Mary, who's also on TV, said, if it's not true, you don't get this upset. You could
Yeah,
but like the fact that she's that upset, and like I feel like we're not great people to assess that situation because, hi, we're not on TV.
we're not.
With that said, Mary is. And
Right.
Mary, very point blank, period, felt what she felt and said what she said.
Exactly. But sometimes that's kind of hard for me to base it on because at the end of the day, they are filming a show. So, like, if everybody had like appropriate reactions to things, it would
Do we
be
have a show?
exactly. So, like, in
Right.
those contexts, I'm always like, yeah, I receive that point. Like, if it doesn't hate, if it's not you, why do you care? But also,
Right.
like, we kind of do have to give the audience something. So I kind
Right.
of go back and forth with that. But
Right.
but I trust Mary's judgment on that because she's with Meredith off camera,
Right.
So I don't know. I think the reunion's going to be very interesting. I think it's going to address a lot.
Okay. And this comes back to something we always talk about and how Salt Lake City is wonderful. And one of the best reasons is because we have these huge moments that aren't spoiled. And I'm honestly one of my big wastes of the year. We love a taste in waste, our Rose and Thorn, if you
Yeah.
may. One of my big wastes is the fact that we had the Bronwyn slash Todd divorce leak from the reunion because we haven't seen plain footage.
I know who
There's
posted
so
it
much.
too.
Really? Yeah, I'll ask you
Yeah, yeah,
offline.
yeah. I'm not gonna.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. Honestly, it makes me really, really upset. Well, I had a theory, and I'm sure my theory, if it's somebody you know who it is,
Oh,
my
I don't
theory was,
know them personally, but they are a major account on Twitter, not Threads, on Twitter,
oh,
and they always have a ton of Salt Lake City tea. So they posted everything that they heard from the reunion from the source, and then after that, Bronwyn posted that, or it
I
was
know,
out.
right. What I know, Bronwyn confirmed it, which I get. That's your marriage. Like, you're literally going, I get it. I get why Bronwyn would comment on it, but I really hate that that was spilled.
Me too. I don't know what Bravo can do in this context. I don't know if they need to close the set even more. You're a makeup artist, your hair artist, like I don't know who is leaking this information, but out of all the franchises, I feel like to your point, Salt Lake does such a good job at not leaking anything ahead of time.
Mhm.
And it's just it sucks because
Right.
we're
And
so
it's
online and we're gonna see these things. It sucks
right.
because that would have hit so much better at the reunion.
Especially after the little scene we had today of Todd being there for her mom. When her
Yeah.
mom was moving, Todd was there, like, helping, expedite the whole thing. To go from that, like, hey, I can't stand him sometimes, but because that's marriage. I'm thankfully in a lot happier of a marriage than Bronwyn is. But like, those are the ups and downs. It's normal to be like, oh my God, he's driving me crazy. But you know what? At the end of the day, like, he's a great guy. And that was one of those, like, yeah, he's annoying, but like, he's a good man
Well,
moments.
that's just I forget what show it is, but don't only complain about your boyfriend to me if you want me to like him. Kind of
Thank
thing.
you.
Kind of
Thank
thing.
you.
Because to Braun, the only thing we hear of Todd on the show is Bronwyn complaining about him. And I receive she's venting. When you're with your girlfriends, you're going to vent about something. But you're not necessarily saying, like, oh my gosh, Todd did X, Y, and Z for me. We had this really beautiful trip, X, Y, and Z. Like, you only talk about the bad stuff of Todd. So forgive us as the audience for being like, absolutely not. We are not a stan of Todd. You told him that you
Right.
love cherries, and in the same breath, he ate it. Like, yes, that was such a small thing, but that's so indicative of your relationship and your marriage to us who are
Jail.
watching it. So
Jail.
I did appreciate Bronwyn saying, like, this is the side of Todd that people don't see. And that's
Mhm.
true. Like, there are people who, like, their husbands or their partners wouldn't help their mother-in-law move out, you know? And Todd, we always give Todd flowers for this on our page. He ain't bleep, but at the same time, the fact that he took her whole family in, I'm sure he was financially supporting certain things too. Gwen lives home, or she did at the time, with her boyfriend. Like, Todd took care of everything, and that is commendable. That is.
Agreed. Agreed. And honestly, I think Bronwyn's a level-headed person. Like, once the split's over, I think she will always appreciate that about him.
Well,
Like,
so during her like 2025 wrap up on Instagram, she included Todd in some of the photos, and somebody commented on it and was like, confused, aren't you splitting up from him? And she was like, I am splitting up from him, but this man has represented a large part of my life. We have some beautiful shared memories together, and I want us to remain friends. Like, he is a huge part of my life. And I'm like, you know what? That's so fair. That
that
is
makes
so
some
fair.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it.
Yeah, and not everything has to end like PK and Dorit, you know? Like,
And thank God. Sometimes
some
things just don't work, and that's
it's
okay.
okay. I don't know. The people who theorize that Bronwyn went on the show solely to divorce Todd, there might be something there.
There
There
might be
might.
legs.
Good for her though. If that she, you know what? Good for her. She had a plan. She was like, okay, I can't do this by myself right now. I'm gonna give myself 3 years. I'm gonna go on the show, make a brand for myself, get some money in my pocket, and then I'm gonna do it.
Yep.
Sorry for being a businesswoman. She's a
Right.
showgirl.
Exactly. She's a showgirl, and there was no prenup. So her era is not over. It's far from over, and I love to
The
see
era.
it.
This is the era's tour for Bronwyn.
The Eras tour begins. I am a girl who's born on Earth Day, so I feel very connected to nature.
Okay.
Can
Oh
we talk
yes.
about Lisa's tree talk?
You know, I did not. That shocked me about her. I would never have pegged Lisa Barlow to be a grounder, someone who like puts their feet on the ground and like lets the earth absorb. I never would have pegged her for somebody who like hugged trees, who was a tree
But the
hugger.
fact the fact that she does it on her own Lux property is the least touch grass thing in the world.
She's literally touching grass.
That's her touching grass, literally. And the fact that she doesn't even do it with the rest of us is so funny to me.
That just tells me there's a lot to Lisa Barlow that we don't know
I
because
mean, she's not like the rest of the ladies, according to her.
she leads a very different life
A
than
very
you.
different life.
Well,
You know, I think
that's
it's hilarious. I
no, but
love that
like,
she talks to trees. I love that. First of all, the fact that she understands, because I watch a lot of nature, and I
well,
really
she's
enjoy that kind of
spiritual,
stuff.
yeah.
That's so funny. But there's like an underground, like WWW, like it's like underneath the ground. They're
By the
all
way,
connected, and there's like
yes,
linked to all the trees in the world. It's
I
fascinating. They are
100%.
literally all connected.
You know,
It's insane.
when it comes to the universe and the ocean and all those things, I am a conspiracy theorist. Like I will listen to these people that are like the ocean affects everything. Sure, I believe it 100%. I just like to believe in things. I don't know. And something about the universe like keeping the score and the earth like doing things, I believe it. It has to be
Right.
true. It has to be so. But the fact that after watching Salt Lake City for 6 years, that this was the first time, unless I missed it, I could have totally missed it. The first time we see a piece of Lisa that wasn't materialistic or superfluous,
Hmm.
that should tell you something.
That was interesting. Or did she just learn about trees and now she's acting like she knows about trees?
I
Like,
don't
did
know.
she listen to one Radio Lab episode and she's like, now I know about
Yeah,
trees?
she's like, I let them touch me. I'll be honest, if a tree touched me, I would scream.
Oh
Like,
my
I
God,
would be
that's
like,
so
what?
funny. That is so funny. Yeah, no, I'm different with things. I have plants. I like go out in a garden and I love bees. I'm a different kind of gal.
Yeah, no,
I know it's not normal.
no, it is 100% normal. I'm not normal. I don't like nature. So that's a me thing. I like nature because I live in Florida. I like it from December to February when it's comfortable outside. After that, I am a shut-in. I am recluse. I am agoraphobic. I am in my home. Like I can't with the elements. But
Fair. How
I
about
wanted
Lisa going from tree talk to immediately being on top of Brittany on her neck about being an
I
alcoholic?
was
Like, where
just
did that come
I
from?
was just about to say her bringing up that from the yacht on charter was so random. And then they showed the scene of Meredith in her tub, of course, talking to Lisa, saying, yeah, she was throwing up so much on the yacht. Like, I wonder if she has issues with alcohol. And so it was so random of Lisa to say that right then in that context. First of all, they weren't even talking about that. They
Right.
were having all of them together a great time in the Sprinter van heading to wherever they were going. I can't remember right now. But for Lisa to bring that up in that context was insane.
So freaking odd. Lisa has such a weird bone to pick with Brittany. For Meredith, like the way Lisa is, I think this is a lesson in having blind loyalty, and having blind loyalty to a friend is not necessarily being their friend. I feel like Lisa is allowed, like, and mind you, and I'm gonna go back to what happened at the spa earlier. Brittany annoyed me from the second she walked in, making too much noise.
Yeah.
And then the hair thing. Are you effing kidding me? So Brittany's already on my shit list, being completely honest.
Yeah,
With
this
that
episode
said,
was not good for Brittany.
no, but I also didn't want to see Lisa just like literal Jekyll and Hyde and
Yeah.
just pounce on Brittany for something that's not even true. Nobody in that group thinks that she's an alcoholic. She was just trying to start.
Exactly. And that's the thing, context, time and place. And Heather said the same thing. She was like, yeah, sounds like a girls trip, 100%. They were on a freaking charter, a yacht, a mega yacht. What are you doing if not getting
Right.
hammered? You know what I
Right.
mean?
Exactly.
So that was that was fine for Brittany. I was not offended by that. I wouldn't have been like, she's an alcoholic. I would have been like, she's having a great time on this freaking mega yacht.
Right.
Fine. And so
Yeah, she puked and rallied.
what I wonder though is that came on the tails of Meredith storming away from the spa because Brittany again brings up how she didn't talk to her children for 3 years, which I don't know why she's bringing this up because I agreed with Lisa. She was like, Okay, but that was because of your choices. And
Right.
then Brittany was like, it wasn't because of my choices. And I'm like, it a million percent was.
Every day you chose to wake up and be with that man
And you're
was a
still with
choice.
Jared. You're still choosing Jared over your daughters. The difference is maybe you guys are learning to cope with it and your daughters want their mother in their lives so bad. So they're dealing with it now. But be clear, Brittany, you still actively are choosing men over your daughters, which I will never agree with, like
No,
with
ever.
Brittany.
No.
But it was because of her. You didn't have a relationship with your daughters because of you, Brittany. So like, let's be very clear about that. Yeah, no, I wonder though if Meredith brought that to Lisa to out Brittany for is what I thought of that situation, because it was so out of place and Meredith just told her in the tub prior to them getting in the Sprinter van. I feel like she's like, I can't say this because I already have a label of being an alcoholic pill popper. Can you do this for me? That is
Right.
kind of like what in my head happened.
That's pretty much how I kind of reasoned it too, because what else? I mean, that's just kind of where it has to be. And then we had Whitney, who I appreciate, just literally called out the elephant in the room.
Yes.
I own the fact that I said something stupid and called her an alcoholic pill popper, but now you're doing it. Like, the hypocrisy is insane. And I agree. Heather sticking up for Brittany is not the same thing as Lisa sticking up for Meredith.
So I'm in the minority where like I don't mind if my close friend in this group sticks up for me. That it does not offend me at all. So like Lisa sticking up for Meredith doesn't bother me, personally speaking. I get why the women get annoyed when people have mouthpieces 100%, but like that's just who I am as a person too. If my friend's getting attacked, I'm 1,000,000% jumping in. But I agree, it is 100% not the same for Heather advocating for Brittany. But I will say, when Mary was like, she needs to advocate for herself. She's been in this group long enough. Brittany, do it yourself. Everybody has had to do it themselves.
It's
You
true.
need to do it yourself. Not everything could be, this is my kid's sister. Like Brittany, at a certain
Right.
point, you need to stand up, you need to defend yourself, and you need to clock in, babe. That's just what it is.
Right. And the girls have showed her support in the past now. Like, them having that high body count hair, I feel really made her feel like she was a part of something. So when you're a part of something, you've got to be accountable just like everybody else.
1,000,000%.
At this point, to your point, if she wants to be in the mix and she wants to be treated like everybody else, she's going to have to be held to the same standards.
Because be clear, Brittany is shady too. She
Right.
makes comments. And so
Oh, yeah.
I receive she's not as like sharp-witted with her tongue, let's say. And so like her meanness might not come off the same as Lisa, because Lisa is a bona fide cast member, whatever. And you can optically see the power imbalance there. But that's not Lisa's fault. That's Brittany for being so timid. Sorry. So it's just like, Brittany, at a certain point, you have to stand up for yourself. Heather can't always do it.
Right. No, that makes sense. And the episode was perfect, ending with that waiter, or the waiter, the manager, whatever, literally kicking these women out of a restaurant when 70% of them had had problems in the spa earlier in the day. First of all, this is what, like, and I love these girls down, but this is why it's embarrassing for Americans to travel abroad.
Well, people say we're loud, and I own that.
I
Yeah.
know, as an American, which Americans are loud, I'm a loud American.
Yeah, no, we are Americans. Like, I will chat you up in the line.
I'm smiling. I'm this
Yeah.
girl. I'm like, hi, welcome.
Yeah. No,
And I'm
we
like,
are. There's
we're
no.
Americans.
There's no passing off that we're not American.
But we're not behaving that way.
No, no, we're not. But again,
We would never behave that way.
I just had to laugh because I'm like, that's embarrassing for Angie. She's like, we'll leave in a second. And he's like, no, you'll leave now. Like, get
This
out.
is my country.
Yeah, she's
she was
like-
like Kyle Richards all of a sudden.
No,
This is my town.
This is my town. No. And I was like, Greece is like, you don't gotta go home, but you gotta get the
can't-
hell out of here. And I was like,
Exactly.
fair. But you guys, this was our final Salt Lake City recap of the year, even though we'll be back literally next week. But it's our
See you
final.
next year.
See you next year, but it's our final one of the year. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. As always, please drop your thoughts of the episode in the comments below. We want to hear what you have to say. And for more, find us on tasteofreality.com, Taste of Reality on Instagram, Threads, all the places. And we'll see you.
Be safe. If you do anything New Year's Eve, be so safe. Be so safe.
Get an Uber or a Lyft.
Yes.
Okay.
Walking is great.
love
Love you.
Bye.